Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm starting a new channel. I've been a reseller for the last, let's say, 10 or 12 years. I'm in the central Pennsylvania market. I do run into some of the other resellers that are all over YouTube. My advice, if you're just starting out, is to try to find things that are more obscure. So if you're buying clothing, don't buy Polo, unless it's like really, really high-end vintage. Don't buy Brooks Brothers. If everybody tells you the same thing, you're going to see 30 or 40 or 50,000 listings, and you're going to buy them for $3 and sell them for $7 or $8, and there's no money in it. You need to honestly go after the brands that you honestly haven't heard of, like Mizzen and Main, which is a high-end men's brand. I found it from time to time. Filson is a really high-end brand. CC Filson. You don't find it a lot, but they're still very desirable. Canali, nice brand. More vintage clothing works really well too. If you find some stuff that has like old sports teams from the late 80s, early 90s, t-shirts, jackets, sweaters. If you get them really cheap and they don't really smell bad or have mothballs on them, really good. Old Warner Brother things sell really well. So the Warner Brother studio stuff from the late 80s, early 90s sell really well. Old Disney clothing, hats sell really well. Vintage hats have been my bread and butter for years. I walk into thrift stores, buy them for $1, and then sell them for 18, 20, 25, 30, up to $100. And you look at them and you go, oh, there's nothing to this. I've seen this before. But you really haven't, because a lot of these are from the late 80s, early 90s, late 70s. A lot of NASCAR hats, older NASCAR hats, with the vintage Winston Cup on the back of the tag. And then again, older sports teams, vintage logos of sports teams. So I mean, there's a lot out there. It's just, don't buy the everyday Tommy Bahama, Tommy Hilfiger. If it's a normal looking polo shirt, you're going to get $8 for it. It's just how it is, unfortunately. So, you know, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at any time, and you can email any other of these resellers also. We've all been doing this for years. Anyway, thanks for listening.